O2 does not close the case for O1 but leads the group to follow O1 equals O2 is a liar. O1 does not accept O2 anymore. Children, do not believe O2 at all. From the schedule, Son. The 1st of June 2025 afternoon ceremony. Dhamma practice at the Sarapat Nuek Classroom 1, Dhammakaya International Temple 1:30 p.m. Luangpur Thadachivo. O2, the presiding monk, arrives at the center of the ceremony, leads the worship of the Triple Gem 1:35 p.m. Dhamma practice, 25 minutes, 2 p.m. The presiding monk reads a sermon, 30 minutes, 2:30 p.m. Ceremony to honor the Upasaka and the monks ordained and dedicated their lives, 45 minutes, 15.15 hours. The ceremony is over. When it comes down to it, the time is changed from the schedule of sitting in meditation for half an hour and then immediately doing the ceremony to honor the monks. It becomes O2 coming 10 minutes late. Gradually starting the meditation around 13.40 hours until 14.12 hours. The sound O1 sap etc. Meditation for 32 minutes, and O2 read the sermon. It is a newly written sermon with a lot of length, making us know that it was newly written, emphasizing the importance of offering rice to monks, cheering, inviting, emphasizing, without being strict or rushing to meet the stated time. O2 was given only 30 minutes to read the sermon, but O2 spent this time until 14.50 hours, which is about 40 minutes. From the schedule announced before the event, it seems that the ceremony to honor the male lay disciples and the monks ordained and dedicated their lives is very important. It became like it didn't give any importance at all, even though if compared to the rice offering day of the Buddha at the beginning of the month, Sunday the 4th of May 2025, which is the week before Visakha Bukha Day, Monday the 12th of May 2025. Where O2 broke through the quietness amidst the meditation of people in the whole assembly and the whole world who were meditating according to the temple's broadcast channel in the afternoon, which had just started at 13.35. When it was only 14.00, not even 30 minutes had passed, we still didn't hear O1 say sap etc., which is normally sap etc. around 14.15. Even though there was no other event after that, but O2 came and spoke into the microphone, knocking everyone out of their meditation that was very calm because it was the time to refine karma, evil deeds and sacred sins. Following the morning, where O1, the real person, dragon, told Kiantawan through the real person to inform O1's children that O2 was a force of the devil, who was led and directed by O6 during the rice offering ceremony of the Buddha. O2 was strongly urged to perform this role in the afternoon, which was assessed based on the experience of O1's children's merit-making. Then, O2's performance on Sunday afternoon at the beginning of May 2025 was the role of the demon side, directing both the rough and the fine performances to destroy everyone's merit, which was consistent with the information that Kiantawan had just received from O1, Mankan, to inform the children that there should be no new invitations to commit sins on the afternoon of the Buddha rice offering day. The demon side therefore inspired O6 to direct O2's role to destroy everyone's merit with O2's own gross body, which was consistent with the reason that had just been told to everyone that O2 had been drugged by O6 for a long time, until he was not his normal self and forgot O1, forgot the kindness of O1, forgot the pure and excellent goodness of O1 completely, to the point of believing O6, to the point of not going to close the criminal case for O1 even though the prosecutor had informed him to close it within 180 days between October 2023 and April 2024. This caused O2 to show himself as an ungrateful, broken promise, forgotten promise, liar, to O1 and to the group that was going to go directly to the end of the Dharma. But O2 blessed the group that he would follow Luang Pu Sad, Grandma Chan and Luang Pha Damajeo to the end of the Dharma, He probably gave this kind of blessing every week at the beginning of the month, but Kyungtawan just really heard it on Visakha Buka Day, the 12th of May 2025. But it was leading the group to pray to the end of the Dharma, which was different from the truth that O2 had done to O1 without any regard for many years. At least since 2019. The role of O2, who acted as the head monk in any merit-making ceremony of the temple, has become just a drama to lie to O1's children all along. There has been no truth since betraying O1 in 2019. But acting like he is still there to deceive his children into believing that he came to make merit to go to the highest level of Dharma according to the real O1, even though there is no truth at all. And on Sunday, May 4th, 2025, O2 destroyed everyone's still concentration because he was too alert to invite everyone to join the Visakha Puja. In talking about ordaining and dedicating life by reading the sermon of someone who did not sign but let the listeners think that it was O1's new sermon. Even though O2 read it as reviewing the sermon, the new words were in the review, so it was not a review. It made me think that O2 gave importance to the ordination to devote his life to the point of being so excited that he couldn't help but wait a little longer and had to let out a loud voice that broke through the concentration of everyone on the afternoon of Sunday, May 4th, 2025. He had an indifferent expression without any sign of remorse or of destroying everyone's important merit. It was unbelievable that O2 had been loyal to O1 for a long time. The voice chatting and joking around like a performance when reading the review sermon seemed very theatrical. It was abnormal to be O2's true good self that he had always been in the era when O1 still came out to meet everyone. This made O1, Mankon, tell the person who knew the truth to Kyungtawan to make a clip to tell everyone about O2's abnormality. If O2 really was like that, then it was unbelievable that any merit-making activities of Wat Phra Dhammakaya would be done with pure intentions, because O2 did not have pure intentions in following Luang Pu Sod, Grandma Chan, and Luang Pu Dhammajayo in building merits to reach the ultimate truth like before. Because the path of building merits in the suppression line of this group started with the leader. O1, Luang Pu Dhammajayo. If O2 were to cut ties with O1 for the rest of his life, not being able to come out and meet anyone by not closing the case for O1, it means that O2 doesn't want O1. And O2 definitely can't lead the group to the ultimate Dharma. But ignorance makes O2 still give blessings and lead prayers to the ultimate Dharma. Even though this time, Luang Pu Dhammajayo's name was mentioned, it was like a robot, meaning there was no truth in the heart that went with it, and it didn't speak with true merit. If the group doesn't know this truth, the group will become O2's leading them in the middle of the road, where they won't meet O1 and won't have O2 as their real leader. Because O2 doesn't know that they are following O6 into the dark realm of the dark side forever beyond the three realms. With the concern of the real O1, he asked the real person to tell Kyungtawan to inform all of O1's children, which Kyungtawan already informed in a long clip, a short clip on Facebook and Line. And because many people or most of them know that the person behind the O6 is the Kumari, the person behind the Secretary T is Ms. E, and what Secretary T did with O1's review advice. All supported the new project that came from O6's idea that was announced in the temple committee meeting that it was proposed to O1, but in reality, there was no proposal of the real or fake O1 at all. It was just a lie that O6 always did. Whenever he wanted to use the temple administration group to order the temple people to work for O6, he would always claim that it was O1's wish for many years. During the time when the resistance was strong, O6 just acted and disappeared, but always controlled through O2. The secretaries just blocked people who would come to wake O2 up, not letting them meet, and closely supervised O2 when O6 was not there, to make sure that no one would come to ask and chase the truth from O2 that is not normal. remember some things and not remember some things. Will act inappropriately and will slip up for the host to catch up and ask for the truth but cannot answer anything, then they will know that it is just a puppet. They are afraid that if the host with good intelligence comes to meet and ask for the truth from O2 when no one is around, the host will find out the truth that O2 is not normal, like a puppet. And it will give the host a reason to request to seize the temple management power back from the monks to the laity quickly, because they cannot let the religious work be damaged due to O2's imperfect intelligence. It appears that giving information from Kyongtaewon caused the side of O6, who had assigned the secretary to closely supervise O2, to go stay with him, and also had the head of security, Sane, stay with him all the time as well. If O6 really had nothing to do with the bamboo grove, there is no need to supervise O2 to this extent. And if the secretary did not have any hidden meanings, there will be no need to call the head of security, Sane, to be ready all the time, not giving anyone a chance to ask, talk. Tell the truth from O1, Mancon. Let O2 know, be aware, absolutely. And in the 7 days from the day of the Buddha rice offering in May 2025, Kyongtaewon will continuously release short clips to provide information to the temple people in both the inner and outer areas. If you are a friend who follows and reads information from Kyongtaewon, and everyone has just gone through the Buddha rice offering ceremony, it will wash away any black magic spells that the O6 side had the sorcerer make a prescription for the temple people in both the inner and outer areas continuously, which has been done heavily since May 2023. Whoever joins the Buddha rice offering ceremony will have all the black sinful things from their body, speech, and mind, and will be filled with great merit from the merit of the Buddha rice offering in their bodies. The body, speech, and mind of everyone who joins the ceremony will return to being the power of the merit side of the subduing again. Seeing, remembering, thinking, and knowing will return to normal. When receiving information through the clip from Kyongtaewon, they will understand correctly and perceive the possible events more clearly and correctly. Pointing out the problem with O2 and the role that changed like a puppet because O6 controlled him with many doses of prescription drugs for many years, and O2 was intentionally obstructed by O6 to join the rice offering ceremony to worship the Buddha in early May 2025, and O6 directed the performance to have O2 destroy the merit in the afternoon of O1's children on that very important rice offering day. From O2's performance, it was clear that he did not feel sorry for the sin that O2 had done to the group that was sitting still in meditation in the afternoon, and O2 was the one who destroyed the meditation that was good for everyone without any sign of remorse or knowing right from wrong. There was also a word confirming that he had been sitting since early morning and had already made a lot of merit by now. That's enough. This kind of word is clearly not the way of a person who is on the side of merit. And the clip from Kyongtaewon stated that when the schedule for the afternoon of the first Sunday of June 2025 is scheduled, there will be a ceremony to honor the monks who have ordained and dedicated their lives, emphasizing the former male layman, which Kyongtaewon's clip said was an ordination of male laymen that created an illusion for the temple people to believe that O1 was the only one who would allow male laymen to ordain. It has become a deception to believe that O1 is in the temple and can really give orders, otherwise, he would not have allowed the laymen to ordain like that. Without thinking that if someone had forged O1's instructions from the beginning as stated in the information that since the 22nd of April 2018, he would have been able to order the layman to ordain as well. Just forging the instructions again is not strange at all. However, from the side of those who do not know and have always believed that O1 is still in the temple and can still give orders through unsigned instructions, they have a reason for themselves that they did not sign, because it would cause Dixie to search the temple to arrest O1 if they were sure that O1 was really in the temple. The behavior of secretly inviting to do new merit making while still having a criminal case and evading the arrest warrant. No one should do or be able to do it, including the case of the real O1. The more you look at the results of merit and sin, the more you can't do it because it will become a sin because the status of the real O1 is still not pure. Therefore, it is not appropriate to invite anyone to do new merit making, bigger merits and bigger merits. Especially, the real O1 will never order new merit making without signing so that the temple people in the area outside the area plan to do bigger religious work. Because it would be considered untrue or a deception of the temple people and would lead Dixie to raid the temple. Which would be a new bad karma that would cause the group to suffer because they would all be kicked out of the temple and the temple would be closed for sure. Because that's what the 06 group wanted anyway, the real O1 would definitely not do that. But with the indirect order, not signed but using fake reviewing advice. Ordering, inviting to do new big work continuously since 2019 and there was no problem from the raiding of the temple by Dixie even once. It is clear evidence that the order to invite to do new big work did not come from the real O1 because he wanted to make money from the work to send to the Kumari higher up according to the 70-30 agreement that the new devotee group told that 06 was the one who claimed this story himself. But they did not know that it was a lie to deceive the monks in the temple at the administrative level and deceive the temple people who went to meditate with the new devotee group so that they would believe it. Also ordered not to let this group of members come to make merit with the big temple and the branches. This kind of order is like prohibiting the temple people who love O1 and love to meditate with O1 from knowing that in fact 06 lied and were going to create work to cheat in a big way. It is to cut off the power of the temple people who love O1 from getting involved so that they do not have to know anything and do not come to obstruct 06's seizure of the temple to carry out the mission to easily give benefits to the higher-ups. When 06 controlled 02 as he wished until 02 brought 06 to the temple management meeting in January 2023, various corruption projects were arranged on a monthly, quarterly, and yearly basis continuously with a plan to achieve the goal of receiving donations as desired by the higher-ups. 06 volunteered for the higher-ups to do this so that 06 would have power over the temple administrators and fear of the higher-ups would make the temple administrators not dare to obstruct any of 06's proposed plans. Those who know the truth also know that 06 told 02 the lie firmly, but 02 believed it was true in the matter of giving in to the higher-ups' wishes first. Then 06 will be the one to solve the problem from above. It is believable that 02 will agree in terms of giving in to the above-mentioned first, so that he will not obstruct the work of spreading religion. He will also tell the temple administrators who are loyal to O1 that in order for O1's dream or aspiration to spread Dhammakaya Buddhism to the whole world to come true, he must not be obstructed by the above-mentioned. The work of religion will then be successful and smooth. He even brought up the matter of studying Pali, studying Tripitaka, and the Pali examination at Sanam Luang to persuade all the monks and novices in the temple to apply to study, but he was afraid that they would not cooperate. So he had to claim that he was doing it to please O1 because O1 had once told his sons and novices to study Pali to become champions, referring to the reason for celebrating O1's 80th birthday. Studying Pali to honor the Dhamma to O1 on the occasion of his 80th birthday, making the entire temple apply to study Pali in large numbers. They did not sit and practice Dhamma anymore. They used the little time they had left to open their eyes and read Pali texts to take the Pali examination to have the highest number of passers in the country, meaning to become champions. Claiming that it would make O1 proud, even though in reality, O1 there is no real desire for monks and novices to study Pali because the religious duties take up a lot of time, leaving little time for practicing Dhamma. 01 would definitely like for monks and novices to spend more time practicing Dhamma to reach the Buddha within themselves. Also, 01 has often said in the Dream Kindergarten School that the teachings that teach people to practice Dhamma to reach the true refuge and remembrance within themselves have disappeared from the textbooks and the Tripitaka. This means that if one has to choose to use the limited time in life for the most important thing, that matter is not studying Pali, Tripitaka, but meditating according to the teachings of Luang Pu sought to focus on making the mind still to reach the Buddha within oneself that is genuine and real first. Because studying various Pali sentences does not have the knowledge that teaches one to reach the Dhammakaya within oneself. When the genuine and real things are within oneself, when one reaches the Dhammakaya within oneself, one will know and see the true knowledge correctly 100%. The limited time must be chosen to be used only to do things that provide the highest benefit. Choose to do things that are the most direct and the most beneficial. While studying Pali, I have not found any shortcuts to access the Dhammakaya within myself, so I do not emphasize it. Note that I will encourage the novices to study Pali because they are still in school age and cannot do much religious work. They will have enough time to study, read, write, and practice Dhamma. The novices' minds, which are free from their duties, will not be too idle. When the novices study Pali and pass various levels, I encourage them to study until they finish Pali 9 quickly, with the goal of going on to study level 10 quickly, which is to practice Dhamma to access the Dhammakaya within themselves. As a novice, I have not yet received the responsibility of teaching Dhamma to the laity. Studying Pali does not have any negative effects. However, as a monk, I have to give some sermons and give Dhamma as alms according to the occasions when I receive invitations. If I have little time, I should spend time practicing Dhamma to access the Buddha within myself. I will also gain knowledge from my inner wisdom that is true and clear. When I go to teach, I will not be inconsistent with the content of the Tripitaka, which uses the Mukhapatha method, which is memorization and oral transmission. Even though it is confirmed that those who memorize the teachings are arahants. I remember correctly, but because of Luang Pu Sad's Dhammakaya knowledge and 01 had the team examine the Tripitaka to see if there were any teachings that mentioned for Dhammakaya or not. Even though it is a method of practice to truly reach what the Lord Buddha reached for true liberation, there is no regulation or writing in the 45-volume book called the Tripitaka. This shows that the compilation of the Lord Buddha's teachings using the method of memorization and oral transmission is incomplete and omits the most important points for humanity. Therefore, it cannot be considered a book to rely on and remember. It is more appropriate to adhere to the practice as Luang Pu Sad discovered to reach the Dhammakaya and know the path to enlightenment in the way that the Lord Buddha truly reached, because humans want to find true happiness that can be found within themselves. They should not waste time studying books that they already know do not have any teachings to reach the Lord Buddha within them. But because the truth from 01 is like this, there is no way that 01 would agree that all the monks in the temple would spend time studying Pali to take the Pali exam at Sanam Luang. They would definitely not be happy about having the most test takers in the country, because they already know that the monks in the Dhammakaya temple and its branches are more than anywhere else in the world. If anyone has a passion and is determined to study to get the 9th level without sacrificing religious work in the mission assigned by the organization, 01 has no problem. But 01 always jokes when he knows that Wat Phra Dhammakaya has the most people who pass the 9th level exam in any year. It's like if anyone wants to study, they have to do their best. But don't spend time studying but never succeed, because that would be a waste of time and not be as beneficial as it should be. If you use the time you spent studying Pali to sit in Dhamma, for those who are not good at studying, you shouldn't waste your time trying to do well in studying. fighting to use time to practice Dhamma to access the real thing that exists within oneself will bring more benefits. But with the trick of O6, claiming to make O1 pleased, inviting monks and novices to apply to study Pali, whoever wants O1 to be pleased will devote their own time, which is limited. If they do not apply to study Pali, they may be criticized as not loving O1 or not joining to make O1 pleased. Monks who already have many duties must apply to study because they do not want to be criticized and feel guilty for not joining to study. The fact that O6 sets a goal in a way that encourages them to want to do it for O1 Playam on the occasion of his 80th birthday is like a gift. Any monks who do not join are like not participating or not happy to give O1 an 80th birthday present. Most of the monks and novices who used to have time to just rest and meditate before going to sleep because they have many religious duties each day and have little time to meditate have become sleepless and unable to meditate in order to open their eyes to read Pali texts. And the memories that fade with time as they age also become obstacles to the exam. If they fail the exam, it is even more stressful. In total, 2,000 to 3,000 monks and novices in the temple. From those who used to sit with their eyes closed before going to sleep or waking up from sleep, were the merits that were sent directly to O1 in using the Dhammakaya knowledge to correct the diagram of the Lord of Mara. Whether many or few, but thousands of them, when combined, were no small amount of light. When coming to study Pali, they could not meditate because they had to use the time to read and study to pass the exam, which was not the most important substance of life. The merits that came from studying Pali could not be compared to the merits of sitting with their eyes closed. Just stopping their mind for a moment and seeing the light, just a snake sticking out its tongue or an elephant wagging its ears, which was a great benefit, more than building a temple, a sanctuary, or a sermon hall. When O6 set a goal to invite through O2, it would make O2 agree and support doing it. Even O2 had to study to be a good example, not giving anyone an excuse. This kind of invitation always works. Overall, the involvement in various projects at the temple administration level since 2566 has become a way to deprive the merit of the group that should have received from sitting in meditation to offer merit to the real O1 in the details, which has much more merit, and it directly cuts off the power of the merit-enhancing side. And if we look at the intention, since O6 is on the sinful side, there must be an intention of the sinful side to lead first. But in fact, it is to take the entire Pali study project to support O6 to have credit to the Kumari heaven. As seen on Makabuka Day this year, 2568, which is clearly a royal award given to those who took the Dhamma examination on the progressive path. This is the first year that the trophy and full body image have been displayed, like creating an image of Buddhist credit for the Kumari heaven, showing the work to King Rama X that it is outstanding in promoting Buddhism. To make matters worse, the sin inspired them to perform the ceremony in Glass Room 2, which has the black hair Buddha image that the real O1 said belongs to the Mara side. And this year's Pali examination at Sanam Luang was also held in Glass Room 2, as well as the event to donate the Pali Support Fund or the Tripitaka Study, the Light Fund and the Lamp Fund. The Winter Equipment Fund was also brought to organize in Glass Room 2 just because the form of the black-haired Buddha image came from the idea of the Kumari. However, there might have been a deep intention in O6's heart that the temple owner was changing hands to a new person, so a new room had to be used to show the newness, not to be mixed with O1's old room. The detailed results were also as follows. Whenever any merit-making ceremony was organized in Glass Room 2, it was considered as giving merit to the black side by default. The merit of O1's children therefore rapidly diminished with time, and the season of merit that passed in the ceremony room was changed. When considering O6's intention in encouraging all monks and novices in the temple to study Pali as a gift to O1 on his 80th birthday, if the initial intention was to create works to serve the higher being, the intention would not be pure because it was not for merit, but to create a power base and credibility that would pave the way to the goal of having power and influence at a higher level from the temple level to the sub-district, district, provincial, and regional levels. Of course, the goal would not stop until it reached the highest point. It was the goal of teaching O6 himself about his defilements directly. If he did everything for that goal, to seize all the administrative power of Buddhism to cause damage because the heart is Muslim. This whole plan is a sinful intention from the beginning. All monks and novices who join the Pali study project to worship the Dharma O1 for 80 years will also become a sinful project from the beginning. The result is that the participants in the sinful project will abandon all their merits before and throughout the Pali study. They will be in the stream of black sin continuously, which is even worse in terms of the merit side of O1 directly. And because O2 cannot see the details and agrees with O6 in everything, when O6 is on the side of evil deeds, O2 follows what the sin side invites, which means they are on the side of sin by default. Therefore, there is no way that O2 will lead the group to the ultimate Dharma following Luang Pu Sad, Grandma Chan and Luang Pha Dhamma Jo. And when O2 cuts O1 out of his heart, and from the group by not helping to close the case when the opportunity has passed, there is no merit to follow. O1 will never be directly connected to Luang Pu Sad, Grandma Chan. There will never be a day when he will go to the ultimate Dharma again. Clip 68.34 tells the followers that in early June 2025, from the schedule that the temple announced like that, what should be done is go to join the merit-making ceremony of offering rice to the Buddha in the morning and in the afternoon. Join the Dhamma meditation for half an hour as scheduled, then go back. Don't get involved with the meditative eulogy that will have to abandon the merit in the morning to take sin again. And the clip asks everyone not to abandon the merit to take sin too quickly, especially the merit of offering rice to the Buddha, which is a great merit that O1 once told to preserve for another 7 days because the merit from nirvana is still sent to the center of everyone's body. O1 will have enough merit to use to solve any disasters. But when the afternoon came, O2 came 10 minutes later than scheduled, walking briskly into the glass room 1 when it started. It was the sound of O1 leading the meditation, which was like a new guide, and this time, leading for 20 minutes, from 1:40 p.m. to 2 p.m. Then it was quiet until 2:12 p.m. Then the sound of O1 sap etc. came up, meaning that he sat for 32 minutes. This reflects the truth. You can be sure that the person who seized power and ordered O1 since 2018 is the one who wrote all the fake sermons. How much knowledge does he have? The words he uses clearly reflect that he only knows that much. But it makes it even clearer that he has no shame in committing sins, no fear of the consequences of sins. Which means he has no shame in doing wrong. Just this one word that anyone doesn't have will immediately cause that person to be deprived of humanity in the next life. He will not be born as a human again. At the very least, he will become a water giant, if he has not committed any other sins. He just has no shame in committing sins and is not afraid of the consequences of sins. In conclusion, the sermon that O2 brought to read on Sunday afternoon in early June 2025. It is not the real sermon of the real O1, but it is the secretary who tried to imitate and wrote it, hoping to be similar enough for the listener to think of it as O1, which is enough. The sermon on the 1st of June 2025 is therefore long and verbose, using many repetitive words and exaggerated words, hoping to deceive the temple people, so it is not signed. but to let them think for themselves that it is O1 and rewrite it because they have never heard it this much before. The more you write, the more it shows that it is not O1, such as 1. Angels of all levels look at one place at the rice offering ceremony, which is not true. In reality, angels of all levels do not have divine eyes, except for some Dusit and Daoweidong levels. Therefore, not all angels in heaven look at the ceremony and join the ceremony. And angels do not all have right views. There are many who do not care about the rice offering ceremony because they have wrong views. 2. Flowers, incense, candles, fruits. Sweet food that are brought to offer to the rice become divine treasures in the palace. Offering fruits becomes fruit gardens, sculptures on the wall in the shape of fruits. Offering water also becomes a perfumed pond. This description is not true because there are untrue words. When it is untrue, it is a lie. 3. O2 added that Grandma told O2 before he was ordained that in the future, he, O2, would have to take responsibility for taking care of the 3 southern border provinces that belong to non-Buddhist religions. What was O2 trying to convey here? So I heard O2 talking about the 323 temples fundraising fund that has been done continuously up until now. I asked the head of the class how many times already. The head replied 21 times already. Asking like this is to make the listener think that it is the work of O2 doing what Grandma told me because O2 did not mention O1 who initiated and pushed this merit since the beginning. How much risk must have been taken every month for many years continuously. Even though if it was normal and we loved each other well, there was no way O2 would not use this opportunity to describe the excellent virtue of O1 who did this to help the South with determination. O1 had the goal of helping until the 4 southern border provinces had no problems. If O2 had used this opportunity to describe the virtue of O1 in this matter, O2 will gain merit to show gratitude and praise the good deeds of O1 to the temple people who did not know, to remember, and to be proud to have such an excellent leader with a great heart like O1. But what actually happened was that O2 only said that. It turned into a story to make people think that it was O2's work alone from the beginning and all the way up to this 21st time, even though O2 had never traveled down south himself. Was not the one who asked people to make merit by giving 1 baht per temple. Was not the one who told everyone to chant and praise the virtues of the Triple Gem by turning the loudspeaker towards the southern part of Thailand, like O1, as a teacher, had done since the first year and was a regular activity at the Dream in Dream Wittaya kindergarten school every night without fail. He had never heard or seen that O2 had anything to do with the merits of 323 temples in 4 southern border provinces in any form. And the reason why O1 did not let O2 do this was because O2 was a former minister who had bad karma from killing someone that had not yet ended. Going down to the southern border provinces, there was a chance that his life would be cut short by his bad karma. To be careful, O1 did not let O2 go down at all. This is the love that O1 has had for O2 since the beginning. While O4 or Luang Nachana did not have the karma of killing others, he received merit from leading the group to perform the ceremony of offering the forest cloth and the fund to support the morale of teachers in the South every month until today. Therefore, O2 talked about this matter as if it was his own work since the beginning without saying a word about O1. And O2 claimed that Grandma had told O2 before he was ordained that in the future, the 4 southern border provinces related to different religions would be O2's work. It should be O2's misunderstanding or because someone wrote for O2 to memorize and tell, making it seem like he remembered something from the past. But it turned out to be a clear expression that it was not O2's business. But what O2 pretended to tell as if he remembered, in fact, came from the writer who memorized it to make it look smooth. The reason for believing this is because everyone thinks that Grandma Chan is more skilled in Dhammakaya knowledge than O1 or not. At Grandma Chan's level, Luang Pu even said that Luck Chan is the number one, there is no second in Dhammakaya knowledge. The question is it possible that Grandma Chan did not see that? O2 has a lot of past karma in terms of killing people and that karma has not yet ended. Grandma Chan certainly sees that there is no way that O2 will be able to do anything about the problems in the southern border provinces regarding different religions. The words that O2 claimed that Grandma said to O2 before he was ordained, regarding helping the southern border provinces, that it was O2's duty, therefore have no real reason. Instead, there is a reason that is impossible. The words that O2 told about the merit of the 323 temples, if O2 heard it, it would mean that O2 was with O1 and heard Grandma talking to O1. If that matter was before he was ordained, O2 remembered that Grandma told him about this matter. Why doesn't O2 remember that O1 was the one who carried out the merit-making mission of helping the 323 temples since it was 266 temples, that is? From the very beginning, and there have been subsequent times until every month and every year until the 21st time in June 2025. The reason that O2 did not mention O1 at all, even though O1 is the owner of this merit-making mission in the southern border provinces. But he spoke as if O2 remembered it and took the opportunity to speak to give credit to himself instead of O1. He dared to claim it because O1 was no longer there. Even though O2 might not know that the real O1 was no longer at the temple, if the secretary wrote to him to read or told him about it, it would make it seem like O2 couldn't recall the 323 temples. It is equivalent to reviewing the merit of O1 for O2 to hold and remember as O2 who is the sole owner of this merit, even though O1 is still alive. Even though O1 is not in the temple today, O1 can see and perceive with the sixth sense and Dhamma eye of Fra Dhammakaya. However, O2 came to speak as if claiming the credit as his own because he did not think that anyone would know the truth or did not think that the person who brought this story for O2 to tell as if it was his own story had brought lies into O2's mouth to speak as if it was an incident in the past that O2 still remembered. In reality, it was a plan to improve O2's image. According to the information from Keongtawan, O2 did not have a normal memory and was led like a robot because he was under a black magic spell from O6. He was not himself and could not remember the past. They tried to create a story to use O1's merit to review and make it O2's to speak to perform a drama for the temple people who heard it. O2 would think it was true, even though there was not even a shred of truth. And the abnormality is that O1 is the origin of merit and the main owner of merit of the 323 temples. O2 did not speak, tell, or mention O1 even a little bit. Therefore, it is even clearer that O2 at this time, there is no O1 or Luang Por Damajeo in O2's heart at all. And it is just a puppet that anyone writes something to say, anyone tells something to tell, just do it. Especially telling the story that is O1's merit. But telling it as if it is his own 21 times like this, it is the sinful side that specifically snatches O1's merit to be O2's. Deceiving people who do not know anything to hear and believe it by pretending that they heard O2 say this. Meaning that it is O2 who has been kind to the southern teachers and the 4 southern border provinces all along, without any truth at all. It is equal to O2 emphasizing being a liar even more. And it is clear that he does not know O1, does not remember that there was ever Luang Por Damajeo who was by his side to build the temple together from the beginning. There is no O1 left in anyone's heart. When O1 is the leader of the merit-making side to suppress O2, there is no O1 left in his heart, brain, or memory at all. Like this, it is clear that O2 has become a puppet for the sinful side to manipulate O6 100%. This is the meaning of the song Bo In. Where O1 the real person told through the hidden dragon to the real knower to tell Kiontawan to tell all of O1's children that O2 has no merit to return to the path to the ultimate Dharma. O2's blessing and leading everyone to the ultimate Dharma is just a speech act to make everyone still believe and continue to make merit. But O2 has no merit to truly go. If anyone still believes that making merit and following O2 will be able to go with Luang Pu Sad, Grandma Chan and O1, it means that you have been successfully deceived and you will not go with O1. But will go with O2, but will go to the dark realm to be a slave of the devil forever. No matter how you ask to follow to the ultimate Dharma, you will not be able to go. 4. Repeatedly. O2 also said that the temple that supports the fund of monks and teachers down there comes from the merit of offering rice to monks, but in fact it is not related at all. But O2 just mentioned it like this without any reason, just wanting to add to the importance of the merit of offering rice to Buddha. In fact, O1 opens this merit fund for 1 baht per temple. 323 temples do it every month. It has been done since the beginning of the first era, 266 temples, and it is still done today. It has nothing to do with the merit of offering rice to monks or anything to do with the things that come from offering rice to monks. As for the detailed merit that O1 gets from the merit of offering rice to Buddha, O1 can be used to solve all the plans of the demon side, especially regarding various disasters. As for solving the southern disasters, it will be with O1's personal Dhammakaya knowledge that has merit and can be used to solve any point that O1 can use merit to solve. O1 does not specifically use the merit from offering rice to Buddha to solve that problem all the time like O2 said this time. Or because people who do not know the details that are true at all. But bring it to tell and tell O2 to remember so that they can use it to refer to like this. 5. O2 also reads wrongly and correctly all the time. But when giving blessings, he speaks as usual, but changes the address from not great teacher to Luang Por Damajao. He stops and thinks for a moment, as if he intends to change it to be official. But the truth is, he stops and thinks. Do you know Luang Por Damajao by this name, or have you ever known him or thinks who he is? But there is no time to think more than that because he only remembers to come and give blessings like this. O2 has completely forgotten the goodness of O1 that O2 was impressed with when O1 called himself Kru Mai Yai. Even if he doesn't call himself Kru Mai Yai like before, when O2 called him like this, O2 would be delighted and filled with great love and intimacy. But now, this word is gone. It has disappeared from my heart. I can't think of it. So there are directors, such as the secretary, who write to tell O2 to mention Luang Por Damajayo's name so that it is not abnormal. But the effort to not be abnormal is to make it clearly seen that it is truly abnormal. It confirms that O2 has forgotten O1 as Kru Mai Yai that O2 used to know and love so much. Therefore, I don't see the value in mentioning and talking about O1 as Kru Mai Yai anymore. In conclusion, the lovable, beautiful, respectable O2 is gone. He has died. O1 cannot restore the virtuous heart that O2 used to have. The body of O2 that shows its identity today is just a puppet for the sinful side of O6. Up to this point, until today, Thursday, June 5th, 2568, this clip is to confirm that everything that O2 will show from now on will be just a performance directed by O6, who may do it himself or through Secretary T. For the mission of the sinful side to work and gain benefits through the merit-making event that the host is familiar with, for the sinful side to continue. There is no more kind O2 who is the meritorious side who will follow O1 to the end of the Dharma. There is really no turning back. O1 must let O2 go with the dark side forever. The prayer request with O1 led by O2 is not sincere. He does not really want to go with him, but he does it to create an image so that the temple people still believe that everything is the same. O2 is just a puppet who speaks words as directed and memorized. Do not believe any of O2's claims anymore, because there will be no truth at all when every word will come from the notes of Secretary T, who acts on behalf of O6 according to O6's plan only. And O6's plan is to borrow O2's physical body to play the role of the leader of the group of merit, making as far as it can be seen that O2 still has credit among people who do not know the truth. There are still people who respect and believe in O2 is seen because they do not know the truth. So that O2 can do everything as the leader of the group of the Dhammakaya temple instead of O6, who in truth has already taken over the temple and all its branches, both assets and manpower. But O6 has done it through O2 so that he will not be openly opposed. For the sinful mission that O6 wants to achieve the goal of financial donations and image fame. To send O6 to a point or position that is greater than anyone else in the Buddhist circle from now on only. And from the clip 68.33 about helping the child return to the heart of the father and 68.34 about the Kathan merit this year 2568. It is evident that there is already a sinful intention from the beginning. Whoever joins will end up having to abandon the merit to take the sin this year. Do not be careless and do not join in committing this sin. Know from now on whether or not the temple will openly announce an invitation after this. Or go and whisper to make merit since the beginning of May 2025. There will be people who have started making merit because they want to get a gift of Buddha in the form that has the explanation as described in clip 68.34. Therefore, it is quite certain that this year's Kathan Samaki of Wat Phra Dhammakaya is a sinful Kathan. Everyone must not forget the initial intention as the main principle to truly consider merit and sin. You cannot miss it. Please think like this: throwing away merit to get sin is not worth the risk. Do not want to get sin that will cut off the existing merit immediately. Even if you do not want to believe it, you should not really take the risk. Even though after this, there will be an announcement inviting people to make merit, stating the intention to use the annual Kathan donation, that is the end. But if the beginning is sinful intention, which is a sinful intention because it is selling stolen goods that are stolen goods because they took the iron pillars from the great Dhammakaya Siddhya and cut them into small pieces and put them in the body of Luang Hu, a green material like jade, as a gift that can be hung around the neck. By taking it out to do it without permission from the real owner, meaning the giver and the receiver, which is the real O1. And it violated the original intention of the donor from the beginning before the great Dhammakaya Siddhya was completed. It is a sinful intention to commit a sin by stealing it and doing it, to lure and stimulate the greed of those who do not know, to make merit with a large amount of money to the level of receiving this gift of Buddha because they want the sacredness that Brother Thawan mentioned in the message. The goal is to get the most donations possible from selling this stolen gift of Buddha, using the annual Kathan merit making event of Wat Phra Dhammakaya, because last year, Kathan merit making was considered a merit directly related to O1, it was pure merit. No matter how much donations were given, those who made merit would definitely get merit. As for those who would steal or embezzle the donations later, they would also get sin. And seeing that the donations were really enormous, it made them greedy and wanted to get donations from the Kathan merit-making event of Wat Phra Dhammakaya. Therefore, they expected to find a way to get as much donations as possible. The idea of making sacred items started from the goal of getting as much donations as possible, to sell the gift of Buddha to those who wanted sacred items. Even if they did not understand much, they wanted to know that it was truly sacred and rare. If they could own it, they would be especially delighted. No matter how high the price was set, they would be blinded by it and want to find it to make merit. This year's Kathan event of Wat Phra Dhammakaya has become just a big event to replace the original footprint of the biggest pure merit-making event of the year. But it was done with the intention of hoping for a lot of donations. Even stealing from the temple owner, the owner who built the pagoda. Is the thing in the pagoda that O1 enshrined to protect the pagoda for 5,000 years. The sinful thief who stole it out violated the second precept first because he did not ask permission from the owner of the iron pillar, which is the real O1, but claimed that it was O1's intention to bring it to make a gift, which is equal to breaking the fourth precept by lying to make people believe that O1 brought it to do it. Starting from breaking both precepts 2 and 4 as the beginning, the Kathan merit-making event immediately became a sinful event because of this. And note that because of the continuous information provided through the clip from Kyongtawan before this, in May 2025, the sinful side seemed to agree to do as requested. Which is not announcing to invite to do new sinful work in the afternoon of the Buddha rice offering ceremony. But the news behind the scenes is that there is continuous preparation for sinful work. Both the Kathan contribution event throughout Thailand, 30,000 temples, like last year, by organizing a seminar among monks first. It may seem like if it is the abbot's idea to do it himself for this year because he saw the picture of the work last year. He wanted to continue because he thought that he had gained great merit and had done it before, he wanted to continue doing it. He will consider the work the 30,000 temples that were initiated by the abbot wanted to do it himself, continuing from last year. We must consider that last year, the work was initiated with the sinful intention of the 06 side in order to receive donations to the Kumari and buy various temples to build credibility. But the underlying intention was that once all temples trust the Dhammakaya temple, if they are invited to do anything further, they should receive good cooperation. If the results are as expected, they will be able to plan to do harm to all temples throughout Thailand at any time easily, using the trust that has already been established. Therefore, if the abbot wants to do it himself this year, even without 06 controlling it behind the scenes, can it be considered the abbot's pure intention? The answer is no. Because this tree was created from the sinful intention when it was first initiated. It is like the merit that O1 initiated from the beginning. If it is continued even though O1 did not order it, the merit will still occur according to the original intention of O1 all the time. Similarly, the sin that was created from the sinful intention of starting the Kathan contribution work of 30,000 temples in 2567, when thinking of continuing to do it himself this year, is the continuation of the sinful plan that was already completed. It is not a severance. In summary, we cannot expect to gain pure merit from any major merit-making event from Wat Phra Dhammakaya anymore. Even if it is an original merit-making event initiated by O1. We must consider whether there was an overlapping intention from the original sinful side instead. If anyone cannot know or check the origin of the intention, which side or whose it is, they must look at the truth, the essence of the person involved as the main chairman, who they are related to, who they follow, and which side they are on another level. If you cannot see to that point, the easiest way is to reject it. It is best not to risk throwing away merit to take any sin. And you can increase your merit by reviewing the pure merit that you have done before 2018, especially the merit of offering rice to monks, which can still be made in all forms, the merit of the Dhammachai pilgrimage, the path of the conqueror of Mara, excluding the pilgrimage to invite the relics to any pagoda after 2018. The merit of ordaining monks according to various projects of the year that were initiated since the time of O1 Chuan himself, the merit of offering food at the grandmother's dining hall as usual. not related to the merit of creating a new name, such as the heavenly menu meal, etc., which has never been done before. All of them have a chance to start with sinful intentions for sure. This should be enough of a guideline for the saints who are making merit to maintain themselves, maintain their own merit, and increase their own merit from reviewing their old merits, rather than making new merits that cannot be verified as to the intentions of the initiators who do not clearly show themselves. At this time, if any new merits are newly announced, they will definitely be the intentions of the sinful side to begin with. As for the old merits that have been made following the new merits that were started in 2018, they will definitely be the intentions of the sinful side to begin with, even if they are done continuously until it seems like regular merits. They are still doing them from the beginning, that is on the sinful side, which is like continuing the work on the sinful side. Therefore, it is best not to risk it. I would like to take this opportunity in this clip, which is in case there is no convenient time to make a clip to warn about anything from now on. Please review the past clips, everyone. I believe that the more you listen, the more knowledge you will gain. It is definitely according to the deeper understanding of the listeners' minds. As for the ant power operation, whether it will happen or not, it depends on how much each group of ants and types of ants will tell each other to awaken them to the truth. And even if different groups come together to ask the truth about the higher-ups and the Kumari, whether they are really involved or not, please dare to ask the truth from O2 and Abbot Mu to get a clear answer for everyone. Then use your discretion to decide. If the ants help to surround the Elephant King, ask until it reaches your ears, answer with your mouth. It will make the Elephant King scared until he runs away. Then everyone will get the right to pure merit back. Appoint a non-monk to take care of the temple administration. Do not acknowledge any obligations that are not in accordance with the law of karma. And manage the temple activities to do only merit making initiated by O1 since the beginning until at the latest 2561. New merit after that year is considered sinful work by default, so cut it out. Do not be afraid of the influence of elephants or any elephant kings at all, because merit is behind the happiness and success of every human being. Only merit. If you make a mistake doing sinful work without knowing, you have to stop doing it and forget everything. Turn to review the true merit from the time you did it because of O1's initiative before 2561 only. Review your true merit often and tell the truth to the temple people as much as possible. It will be new true merit that will protect everyone who has true pure merit from any dangers and all kinds of dangers for sure. I would like to express my gratitude in advance to all the ant powers who are determined to carry out their mission to help the child return to the center of the Father's heart, so that it can be accomplished. The subtle merit will certainly support success in the gross aspects in the future. Sadhu 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 at Friday the 6th of June 2025.